If you're using structure map for dependency injection in your ASP.NET MVC API web application, then you must have come across an exception called stack empty whenever you're trying to generate documentation for your API methods. And this basically occurs in this page, model description link.cshtml, and you'll get the error message on this line number 20 in this file. Now, in order to resolve this, we will have to follow a couple of steps, and I'll take you through that. Let's first of all close this project from running, and here in the Solution Explorer you will notice that the structure map files that were added, structuremap.mvc.cs and structuremap.web.api.cs, have been excluded, and I've created a custom structure map web API controller. If I open up this one, you'll notice that it basically implements this interface iHTTP controller activator, and I've created iContainer, which is coming from structure map, and then I've implemented a method called create from this interface, and all it is doing is returning this instance. Now, once you do that, the next step is in your dependency resolution directory, which gets created when you install structure map, you need to exclude this file structure map scope module.cs. So once you've excluded that as well, go to ioc.cs, and here you'll notice that we are creating this initialize method, which basically calls this default registry. Now, if I go to default registry, you'll notice I've implemented a couple of things over here, like scan the calling assembly, look for registries, and then with default conventions. After that, you'll also notice that I have some interfaces that I am implementing using dependency injection, and then this help controller, use help controller. These two things needs to be there. After that, in your webapi.config.cs file, you can see that the original implementation of structure map web API.start has been commented altogether, and then here after config.map HTTP attribute routes, I'm creating this container ioc.initialize, and I'm passing that using the config.services.replace, and here I'm passing this iHTTP controller activator type and a new instance of structure map web API controller. Then the container is passed over here, which we have got from the ioc.initialize method. Apart from this, there's one more change that I've done, especially in the help controller, and for that we'll have to go to areas, controllers, and help controller. Here you'll notice that this controller method, which accepts HTTP configuration as parameter, has been changed from public to protected. And once you have done this, you can go ahead and run your application, and here when you click on API, click on any of the methods, and there you can see the collection of work order model is shown over here, and the documentation is coming up nice and proper without any error. So that's how easy it is to work with structure map and web API documentation.